Hey, what's up everybody? This is HD and welcome back. Time for another Heart of the Swarm ladder game here with Zerg Master. And if you guys were wondering, Zerg Master is of course myself. I decided to change my name for ladder purposes because I guess I was getting a little tired of running into people who were like, oh my god, it's HD, and then they would cheese me, so that was not very fun. So changed my name to Zerg Master, but now I guess the cat's out of the bag and everyone's gonna start cheesing me now. So anyways, it's time for another ladder game, and I have started as random, but it looks like I spawned as Zerg, so you guys are in treat here for myself playing my main race, and I'm going to be the green Zerg player at the left-hand side of this map, and this is one of the biggest maps in Heart of the Swarm currently, called Core Hall Compound or something like that. I don't remember the name entirely, but it is the map where you get 2 in-base spawns. So basically, it's going to be a big macro game here, and my opponent was also Zerg, so you guys are going to get your first glimpse here, if you haven't already. You guys might have seen some ZVZs in Heart of the Swarm. You know, a lot of people are streaming and whatnot, but this is going to be my first cast of myself playing live Zerg versus Zerg, so this should be pretty cool. And ZVZ is actually really interesting in Heart of the Swarm. It's totally different. I think, in my opinion, the dynamic has changed considerably. And in ZVZ now, Swarm hosts are actually like the new capital unit. You don't see so much of the roach on roach wars anymore. At least this is from my opinion and from what I've played. And really, you get into this huge swarm host tug of wars. Like, one side will have a bunch of swarm hosts, the other side will have a bunch of swarm hosts, and it's just a constant stream of locusts fighting each other, and it's like a tug of war over who can gain the most territory. Now, obviously, a lot of times, a Zerg player can then tech switch and go like mutas or something, or broodlords, and like take out all your swarm hosts, but that's why usually a lot of Zergs don't do that, because infestors can shut that down. So basically, the whole kind of game of ZVZ now has evolved in Heart of the Swarm into swarm host battles, and I think they're pretty cool. So we'll see if we can get into that situation. Given that this map is so big, you know, I'm going for 15 hatch here. I'm assuming my opponent is also going for 15 hatch. That would be the best build to do on this map. I would imagine we're gonna have a big build up here, and then the swarm host will come. So you guys can see here my opening build, just going 15 hatch. You do want to get gas pretty quickly after that, because you need Zergling speed and you need Banelings defensively. Unless you're planning to do something like offensive Banelings, which, you know, is totally viable as well. But I'm not planning to do that. Given the big size of this map, I'm going to go defensive Banes into layer and swarm hosts. And hopefully it works out as expected. I mean, you know, sometimes Zerg players can still surprise you with 2-base muta. They can still do a lot of tricky things like a Ling, Zergling, Baneling all in, and those can be pretty devastating. So to shore up my defenses here, probably going to want to get a 3rd and 4th queen pretty quickly here. And there's my 4th queen on the way. So there's the Zergling. It looks like he spawned cross spawn for me. And looking at the minimap right now, so he has spawned cross spawn. And I'm going to put my Baneliness over here just to help me defend in case he sends, like, I don't know, if he sends something at me, you know, it's always nice to have your structures lined up in such a way that it protects your stuff. And, alright, let's see if I can't run this Zergling around. Do-do-do-do-do-da. Do-do-do-do-do-da. I just want to get in his base and see what kind of structures he's got going on here. And can't forget to inject my larva, obviously, and let's see what he's got. Spawning pool. Okay. So I think he's probably just got a 15 hatch as well, and he's doing the same exact thing I'm doing. And right now, it's all about those little incremental advantages. I'm gonna check with my Overlord just to make sure, and then I'll park it over here at the 3rd hatchery to see when he grabs the 3rd. But so far, I think you know, it's all about getting those opening little builds, little advantages in the early game, because this is all going to really help towards the later portions of StarCraft 2. You know, you want to make sure you have that extra little drop of mineral, extra little bit of gas, get the expansion just a tick quicker than your opponent, and of course work on that creep spread. Alright, so hopefully that Overlord can make it out of there alive. Looks like he's getting gas a bit earlier than me, but I'm going to get a third hatchery sooner than he will. Those destructible rock towers, right, by the way, guys, if those fall down on your hatchery, they actually do like 500 damage, which isn't like anything bad. It doesn't kill you. But I have been in some situations where the hatchery was like below 500 HP, and then some guy decides to be a, you know, asshole and comes in there and breaks the rocks instead of just killing the hatcheries. So they're kind of doing it a fancy way. Anyways, you guys will notice that I do have a baneling inside my mineral line, one baneling in each mineral line. This is actually very, very smart. Something I actually learned when I was casting in Australia. Always leave a baneling in your mineral line in ZVZ, because if you ever face the threat of some kind of mass Zergling attack, yeah, man, that baneling is going to be really nice to have. And hey, he's coming in with Zerglings. All right, so let's spread this creep at the last second and get my queen back at home. Put that queen over there and hide it. And, oh, that queen's dead. All right, so that baneling nest didn't work out too well, but here comes a baneling. Boom! And, all right, so you're running down here, but I've got a baneling down there too. And you're going to die to that baneling too. Perfect. So mission success right there. And that is why you always want to leave a baneling inside your mineral line. Nice little opening start right there for Zerg Master. Alright, so let's go ahead and put a baneling back in each mineral line, just making sure my defenses are good. Get my gases going. Definitely want to saturate this third hatchery. And, you know, anytime, this is obviously, I'm speaking strictly for Zerg versus Zerg, but since he just sent a whole bunch of units at me and he basically died for nothing, you know, I'm feeling really confident here. I don't think he's going to send a second wave. Therefore, I'm going to drone super hard right now. And, you know, this next wave right here, I guess I'll make some Zerglings. But before that, you know, just droning pretty hard. And the reason why I'm making Zerglings now is because, you know, after your wave of drones, you want to still make sure you have some attacking units. Just to have map control. And where's that baneling going? That guy needs to be... Oh god, that was not what I wanted, so control group mess up right there. But obviously I want to get my infestation pit down and get to Stormhost immediately. And let's get ranged and Carapace and get the Swarmhost upgrade. There we go. And you still want to get a Roach Warren, I think, in ZVZ, because the Roach is just a small pack of Roaches can snipe out the opponent's Swarm Hosts in these big tug-of-war battles. And I'm assuming here at this point my opponent is going to do that. Let's go ahead and spread these Overlords out. Get them polka-dotted on the map. Polka, 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 hey! And the reason for that is because you wanna get good vision across the map as in ZVZ. You're not really scared of anything. There's no like form of anti-air Zerg can really make, and if they do go mutas, then you've got more troubles than losing your Overlords. So there's, you know, spread them out. And goodbye, Overseer. All right, so let me just go ahead and what are my banelings? They're never standing still. I think my control groups are still messed up. All right, there we go. Now I want to go ahead and make Swarm Hosts. And there we go. Let's make Swarm Hosts. Lots and lots of Swarm Hosts. And as you guys can see, I mean, both of us are looking pretty even right now. I think I might have the slight edge because I have my fourth hatchery about to start right now. But one trick, one technique in these big Swarm Host battles is concave is absolutely important. If you can get a good concave with your Swarm Host against your opponent's concave, that is huge. I mean, I'll try to do it here in this game. I don't know if I'll get an opportunity to do so or not, but basically you don't want to have everything clumped up because Infestor Fungals can mess that up really bad if all your Swarm Hosts are stacked up. And if your Swarm Hosts are coming from like a circular, like semi-circle direction and they're surrounding, it puts a lot more pressure on your opponent. Alright, so just going to make more and more Swarm Hosts, and ideally you want to have your Swarm Hosts out there around the 12-minute mark, so I'm a little late here. But I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I should be alright. Let's get that upgrade too. And obviously the range and the Carapace upgrade hugely benefit Locusts. They go if you get maxed upgrade, they go from 12 damage to 15. Obviously they were nerfed. They used to do, I think they used to do 14, so they did get a huge nerf in that regard. But they do have 3 range now, so that's not too bad. And here we go. The swarm hosts are ready to go. Now, what I like to do before I move out is make a small pack of roaches, and so I'm spending a lot of my excess money here on just a good pack of roaches, because the roaches keep your opponent true. You know, he won't just like go completely bonkers with his swarm host, because he'll lose them to your roaches. And it's good to have them on the field just for map control, and you can like poke and prod his exterior bases. Plus, they protect your swarm host quite well as well to something like a Zergling run by or something crazy. So here we go. Yeah, he started the swarm hosts. The tug of war has begun, and absolutely vital to winning this kind of fight is having a ton of overseers. You guys can see you need overseers to protect your swarm host and to kill off his swarm host. So, all right, let's go ahead and start to spread him out here. I want to get a good concave on his army. So let's just move him around the place. What is that Zergling doing? And you guys can see I got a good jump start here. I got a good head start because I have great map control in the center. My storm hosts are going to get a huge, you know, benefit because of that. Obviously, I run the risk of not being able to retreat because my creep spread isn't quite to the center yet, but I'll try to get that going soon once I get this base saturated. And pretty much, it's kind of autopilot mode once you get your swarm hosts out there, because you can just sit back and macro and just keep your eye on the minimap, make sure that he doesn't run in there and snipe you. But I don't see any overseers for this guy. I don't know why this Kelvin guy hasn't gotten any overseers yet. He should, because you need them to I mean, there's no point to even getting in the swarm host tug of wars. You can't kill my stuff without it. And right now, you guys can see I'm just spreading my Zerglings out, sending one Zergling to every remaining base on the minimap so I can get vision in case he decides to expand. So my Zerglings are on the move out right now and claiming those bases. Alright, that's a lot of locusts, so make sure I get my 3-3 here, and I'm going to try to get to ultras as well. A couple of ultras mixed in are always good, obviously. Although Vipers wouldn't be a bad idea either here. I could probably abduct those swarm hosts. I haven't tried that yet. I'll have to try that if I get an opportunity. And you guys can see he's got more locusts in the middle here because he's sending them all in one compact ball. But I've got a better concave, and he doesn't even have overseers, so I'm not even worried at this point about that. And once I can get enough of a concave, you guys can see it's starting to happen right now, I'll be able to sandwich his swarm hosts in. And what? How dare you kill off my scouting Zergling? Alright, I'll take care of that with these roaches. And that's why you always want to have a nice pack of roaches with your army. Inject, inject, inject. Greater Spire, just because it's nice to have. And on the minimap looks just a stream of red and green. It's just swarm hosts and locusts everywhere. And yeah, man, my containe's still holding strong. Oh, he's gonna push forward. Oh, that's pretty bold of him. And it's always a good idea to keep all your swarm hosts on a hotkey. Let's kill off that rock so I can get that expansion too. So that you can tell them all to attack in case some of them get lazy and decide not to send their locusts out. That can happen a lot when you're positioning your swarm hosts and you forget to shift queue them. Oh, yeah, alright. Now I got you where I want you. Oh, that's a lot of banelings. Alright, forget the run by. That was not effective at all. So he's got a lot of defensive banes right now. And let's slowly leapfrog. I mean, honestly, using swarm hosts in ZVZ and in a lot of matchups, I feel like it's like siege tanks. You leapfrog your tanks closer and closer and closer. And slowly but surely, you constrict them to death. And keep going with those overseers because you do need detection. Starting to get around the back of his swarm host army now. And really, it's all about this tug of war. If I can win this tug of war, then I should have the game in the bag. And this is the crucial part of ZVZ now in Heart of the Storm. Oh, he does have a ninja expand. Alright. I'll take care of that. I don't want to send these roaches, so I need them for defending my swarm hosts. I'll send my reinforcements there. See if I can pick off a few swarm hosts. That's the point of the pack of roaches. Taking out one right there, which is good. And I've got to win this tug of war if I'm going to win this game. Hello, Ultralisk. let's send these Zerglings down to that ninja expansion. He's got a lot of swarm hosts, good lord. But I've got the better concave. See if I can find you. The trick here is to wait. If I can wait for his Zerglings and Locusts to go away, I might be able to snipe a couple of his units. And there we go. Attack that expansion with my Zerglings. And oh, he's coming in! Alright, he doesn't have detection though. Just taking some slash from the Banelings. Oh man, I've got so much money. This is weird too in ZVZ, because now since it goes into Swarm Host Tug of Wars, you end up going into massive bank mode. Like both players start banking huge amounts of resources, so hitting your inject larva is really important. It looks like there's an opening here. Oh, money. Money, money, money. Get those Swarm Hosts. Yes. And that's gonna help so much. Oh, wow, he's got 4 crawlers down there? He actually saved his base. That was not supposed to happen. It's alright, I've got 7k, 3k. Let's go ahead and send... Let's go ahead and send this pack of roaches down there. That should be able to handle that little situation. And let's go ahead and get that hatchery saturated as well with my oversaturated drones and my overpopulation. So the trick here is you always want to be focusing on your macro as well. And oh man, I think I might, yeah, I busted through the space, so that base is down. And he's backed out. Either I killed off all of his swarm hosts or he ran away. He does have new overseers. I think he backed out with his swarm hosts. So he gave up control of the middle of the map and he's retreated, which is a huge psychological and moral victory for me and my swarm hosts. That's just so big right there. Once you push them back like that, once they concede in ZVZ, the swarm host battle, you're so far ahead. And all those infestors. Oh, money infestors. Oh, yes. Glorious. Now, oh yeah, he's just in a terrible position now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the new way of playing ZVZ. It's weird, it's funky, but it's actually kind of fresh and fun. And there it is. GG says Caitlin. Oh, it wasn't Kevin. Caitlin. Okay. So, a victory right there for the Zerg Master. Nobody beats Zerg Master in a ZVZ. And I hope you guys enjoyed that cast. And once again, these videos just showing you guys some of the, just the new ways I think you can play Heart of the Swarm. New strategies, new styles. And honestly, I think it's a lot of fun because I think it gives you guys good insight into how to play the game at somewhat of a basic level, especially getting yourselves ready for when Heart of the Swarm actually does come out. By the way, guys, if you guys know any professional players, you know, when they're streaming, or if you guys have any contact with the pros, if they have any HOTS replays they would like me to cast, just let them know to go ahead and send those replays over to HDreplays@gmail.com. Don't bug them or anything like that, but if they do have any pro replays, or if you guys are really, really good and would like your replays casted, go ahead and send them in to HDreplays@gmail.com. Once again, that is for Heart of the Swarm replays. And I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. I'll keep doing some more ladder games, and of course looking forward to doing more pro games in the future. This is HD StarCraft, signing out.